Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to look a little deeper at what it means that Jesus is our King. Remember, he fulfilled the role of the prophet, priest, and king from the Old Testament. And we're going to see if you guys have your thinking brains on today. Okay, so I want to ask you a question. Do you know what a potato, a king, and a pile of dirt have to do with each other? So dirt, king, potato. What do those have to do with one another? Maybe you know that potatoes grow in the dirt, and if you thought of that, you're on the right track. They are actually a root vegetable, and you dig them up. The part that you see above the ground is not actually the part that we eat, the potato. They're a root vegetable. And you may know a little bit about roots, but roots grow deep in plants that are very stable. And they are the whole nutrient system and watering system. They pull it from the dirt, they absorb those nutrients and water from the dirt so that the plant can thrive. And we looked at Colossians when we talked about Jesus being our King last week. And in Colossians 1:17, it says that Jesus is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And I don't know if you know this, but roots, we actually plant things with roots so that they hold the soil together. They prevent mass amounts of dirt from being washed away. We call that erosion. So now you might understand how Jesus is like roots and how he holds us together. But what does that have to do with him being a king? Well, let me tell you something really interesting. The word that we call the rule of kings is monarchy. And I know we're talking about all different ways that people rule other people, but the kind of king that Jesus is a good and just and righteous king. And we call it the monarchy. And the word monarchy comes from two separate Greek words, and it comes from mono and arch. Mono means one, probably could figure that one out with some other English words. And arch means two different things. It can mean the ruler or the root. So it's very clear the one ruler makes sense when we're talking about Jesus being our king. But also the root and the source of all things is another way that we could understand monarchy. And Jesus is just that. He is the root and the source of all things. And in him, all things hold together. I will see you guys next week.